tackled well, but they've held this one down. Referee Bastic in the way. Just keeping an eye on things here as they go straight to the ground. Be the big man, Dylan Johnson. Another pot of forwards coming here for the Towson Tigers. Towson, good early work of the ball here in this wet weather, as Craig was talking about. Randall moves that one across. Oops, sorry, had the wrong team there for just a second. That's Cam King moving that one across. Gotta give me just a second here to get myself going as well. We'll pop up there from Parson as the ball comes back to King. King finds another set of runners here. They work their way across the field. Haven't got much forward momentum as of yet, but certainly working on it here are the Towson University Tigers. Excited to be here in this National Collegiate Rugby event. This semifinal finals will be on Sunday. It's going to be Norwich IUP for your next one. Little knock on there. Knock on advantage here to the University of Northern Iowa. UNI Panthers. Panthers have the ball in hand, waiting for their scrum half to arrive. Randall goes to the kick again. He's looking at this wet weather. His opposite number, Cam King, going back on that one. And Cam King fields the ball well, but they are deep in their own zone. Referee Bastic spots a knock on there. We're going to come back. It looks like it's going to be a scrum.
Scrum here.
To the UNI Panthers.
Yeah, some very early tactics there from the Panthers. They had 2 possessions and they box kicked from 9 on both occasions. That has allowed them to get territory. You can see from Towson, they opted for a different terms of attack. They were keeping the ball in hand, and then when they tried to move it, that's where the knock-on came in these slippery conditions. The Panthers have turned it over. They've earned themselves some serious field position here.
Panthers, a ball in hand. Off the back they come. Did they get spilled by Sinwell? Sinwell goes to the ground about 5 meters out. The referee has whistled it up. Spotted a little knock on trying to come out the back there. A little too overexcited. And they're going to take that one back. Be a scrum here to Towson.
Yeah, number 8, Elliot Sinwell there. You saw what he was trying to do. He was trying to pick off the base of that scrum. It was a very solid scrum. It allowed for a strong attacking platform. Yeah, and then with this weather conditions, just got a little bit excited. Probably saw the try line a little bit too early. With these weather conditions, you just got to make sure you secure the ball. The Towson Tigers, they've got a lot of work to do. This is a very difficult place to exit from.
Certainly is. Scrum coming here for the Towson Tigers. Cam King puts it in. Big power coming in. That is a scrummaging statement right there for the UNI Panthers. They have a penalty 5 meters out from the Towson line.
If I was the Panthers here, I would take that scrum once again. That was absolutely dominant. But look, it looks like they're going for a tap play penalty. Let's see what they do.
Blake Bracco wants this ball. He's headed towards the line, but he's not going to get there. A man from Tripoli, Iowa. Across the front they come. Tough days here. Have to make sure you get across the line. Don't get held up. They're going to go to Gentry Stack. Gentry Stack is going to show. Gentry Stack knows this tri-zone in Houston, but Stack is not going to be able to make it. Ball comes back down there to Randall. Randall looking for some runners. Has one a little bit out wide. Ball bounces just off of Hibbert there. They continue to come to the left-hand side. Diving over they go, and it is first try here for the UNI Panthers.
I'll tell you what, from the Panthers, you could not have asked for a better 3 minutes. They earned themselves a field position. They dominated at the scrum, and then they just battered that ball away. There wasn't anything too flash in that play, but highly effective. It was just having a go at the try line, asking question of the Tigers defense, and eventually you get over the line. We just ran out of the numbers. There was no line speed left, low carry. That change of level was really important, and then the momentum got them over the line. Real nice little bit detail. The change of level, the leg drive, you knew exactly where the try line was. That was a really good start there from the Panthers.
Panthers getting set here. Kick to come. That's a good early statement from this UNI team. Referee Bastic there. You can see the wind blowing just for this jersey as well. A rainy day here in Houston. Has happened quite a bit at this event. This time of year in the southern part of Houston, you get a bit of rain. Just under 5 minutes though, and it's the UNI Panthers 5, Towson 0. All lined up. From a decent angle up in the air, but it is not going to make it. Assistant referees keep their flags down. We're going to remain at 5-0 UNI over the Panthers 5 minutes into this one. But a good start for this Panthers team. They're really going to have to come back is the Towson Tigers.
Yeah, just as we look here, they were punching, they were asking questions. And what I like about this, I said nothing flash, but great technique. Look at that change of level. Tucks that ball under his left arm, and he just knew he had the power to ride those 2 players over the try line for a great statement score.
Restart to come from Towson. Towson gets us underway again. High hanging kick goes just outside the 22. Panthers have it. They've gotten first blood. They are confident. Little Stack is taken to the ground. And we are
at Charles City High School, Charles City, Iowa. And it's knocked on, turnover. Northern Iowa with possession and a scrum down.
You need to eat? Okay, you're good.
Anybody making it for Northern Iowa today? You guys rock. How about our Towson, Maryland friends? All right. We got ourselves a good match here.
looking strong. The Towson Tigers through Euler. Down to the line, Euler. Towson Tigers moving to the right-hand side. Towson continues on the move. Cam King. Cam King is taken towards the line. Cam King looking to move that one out. Continues on the right-hand side. Towson now on the UNI line. A little show back in there. Great work there from Euler. Euler has been effective so far.
Picked up but knocked on, and it'll be a scrum down to the Towson Tigers.
Ball coming here. It's going to be a scrum here for the Towson Tigers. Towson Tigers are penalty here to the Towson Tigers. Good work here for the Tigers team. Tigers continue on the move with a penalty right in front. They're going to go for a quick tap here, looking for an early try. Want to tie this one up as quickly as they can. Here comes Towson. Towson on the move. Ball spills around. Referee Bastic spots it. He is going to whistle. It's going to be a scrum here for UNI deep inside their own zone. Little move here. You see what comes back and forth. It's going to be a scrum here for the UNI Panthers, but deep in their own zone. A bit of trouble came earlier for the Towson Tigers in a similar place, so the Panthers will have a scrum at their own 5-meter line. UNI off the back through Randall, coming up inside the 22. Good work there by the UNI Panthers. Across they come, have a pot of runners right there. Do the Panthers. Panthers looking to keep this one moving. High kick hanging over the top there. Getting it down to the 40-meter line. Ball back into the hands of Kinder. Kinder with a big break and run here. He gets through a couple. He's through the next. How far can he get? Coming over to clean it up is Henry Sokin. Sokin takes that one down. It is in the hands of Cam King. Cam King finds another runner. With that time, into the breach they go, off to the right-hand side, looking for runners. Will they get there? Ball slips, but is brought back up. Parson has a dummy runner coming in. Gets to the big inside center, Euler. Euler taken down. They're going to keep working this same side. Ball a little slower this time. Up in the hands of Mason Lim. King looking once again, moves it to the right. Soaking, doing some hard yards in this game. Garrett Devine, it takes that one player from UNI in and over it. Will they get the penalty? The referee Bastic says no, they're going to continue going forward here. Across the field they come. Dummy runner coming around the back. They get a little wraparound there. Not as pretty as you would like, but they're going to get through. Referee is on the spot. Euler goes down, gets it off to his center partner, Siarkis. Siarkis. Runners in the middle of the field. Continuing to move to the right. Ball across into the hands of Euler. Euler gets it out to Siarkis. Siarkis, the center's doing well in this game so far. Siarkis comes forward. Ball down. King again. Gets it out in the hands of Giancarlo Reyes. Reyes heads towards the line. Player from the UNI offside there. We'll see if the referee spots this. Has done. Not rolling away, Craig. Big issue for this UNI team. Another penalty right in front of the post for Towson.
Yeah, Towson Tigers, great continuity in their play. They went over 10 phases there, just moving that ball as they go for a tap play penalty.
Tap play here from Towson, as you said. Towson on the move. They're just 5 meters out. Ball ripped away. We're going to come back to another penalty. That one seemed to be pretty cynically erupted, taken out of there by Kelderman. The referee's just going to award another penalty in front of the post. Euler has the ball. Gets Garrett Devine going. Devine rolls off one. Cannot get to the try line. Trying to work that ball back and does. Ball to the back, up to the big number 6 there, Reyes. Driven back by the Panthers. Panthers holding strong in their line. They've got some room. Euler calling for an outside pass. Taken in by Aiden Parson. They're going to take that towards the line. Parson's there. Is Parson over? He is indeed. It is 5 points to the good here for Towson. They have tied it up here in Houston.
Yeah, Aiden Parson, he got over the line, but he got a little help from his friends there. That was beautiful play, and that was just great build-up play for the last 5 minutes. You can see here Parson, just look how he never gives up. He's fighting, he's keeping his legs pumping around, and then it's number 12, Euler, who helps him over the line. So although Parson's going to get the 5 points to his name, Euler adds that one with his body. He makes it 2v1. A brilliant attacking shape there. They were moving the ball between the forwards and the backs. They worked themselves really down into some great field position, remained patient, and they got the try.
Yeah, after a bit of early trouble there, getting down 5 points to the UNI Panthers. That's good work right there, and Euler is going to step up to try to convert this one. Euler, clearly a key player for this team. Went to Mount St. Joseph High School. He's from Columbia, Maryland. Ball is up there from Euler. He's not going to make it, so we're tied at 5.
Get back in.
Good work from this Towson team to get back in. It's all tied up here in Houston, and these teams certainly ready to have a run from anywhere.
Oh, absolutely. I just really look at the leg drive and the power to get through. But you see 2 distinct styles so far. You've got the Panthers, who were kicking for territory, and then the Towson Tigers, they were running for territory. Great contest we have.
Good work here for Towson. Towson inside their own 22 now. Receive the kick from the Panthers, but it squirts out the back. It's Panthers ball. Can they put another 5 on the board? This game is being played at a pretty serious pace here in the weather. Ball coming out to the Panthers. A little mishandle there, but they're going to wind up into the hands of Sinwell. He's going to be perfectly happy to carry this one. Sinwell takes it across the 22. Comes down to Randall. Randall moves it off to that left-hand side. Little hole closes down there, but winds up back in the hands of Jen Beck. Coming across into the hands of Elston Lindner. Elston Lindner gets within a couple meters of the line. Ball back here, and the UNI Panthers on the move. Gentry Stack looking for his second. Gentry Stack right at the line. Was he over? Scrum half thought so. Referee did not. So we're going to come back here, and it's going to be Randall moving out to that right-hand side. Over the line they go this time. Referee, let's see, is he going to award this try? Looks like it's come up into Towson hands. Referee Bastic going to have a conversation with his assistant referee.
Hold on, we have conversation.
Okay. All right, Callum. I want to check on the grounding.
We are going to go up to the TMO. We'll listen into the conversation between the TMO and the referee here.
He's going to review it, so give it a second, okay?
Didn't look like Stack got it there.
Yep. Go ahead, Callum. Okay, thank you. Hey, Captain, come here so I can explain it when we're ready, okay? Same with you guys if you want, whoever. He's fine. He can listen. When he gives it to me, I'm just going to explain it so it's clear, okay? I don't care who listens.
So, well, they can check two things: grounding on the try or foul play. This looks to be the grounding.
If not, I'm going to go back for the advantage for the knockout, okay? Give him mark for that, bro.
They're taking a look here, Craig.
Yeah,
We're waiting to see what the referee's going to say, what the TMO is going to say.
absolutely. They're potentially looking for a knock on there. I don't see that. I think that's a try. That can be awarded. You can see he's got the ball down. He's in control. He lands on the ball. His hands are on it the whole time. Wonderful footage from Next Level Rugby. Got to give a shout out to that team. For me, that's a try.
Okay, so the ball was knocked forward in the act of scoring. It's going to be
Referee just
goal line
waiting for the
dropout,
TMO's word here.
knockout. Okay, was it clear? It's knocked on
to see
in the act of
there's a
scoring.
knock
It's gonna
on.
be a goal line, it was a goal line dropout, but we're going to go back for the scrum advantage, okay?
So it has
Boys,
been
knocked on.
deemed a knock
We'll go
on.
back
So
for the
it's no
scrum
try
advantage.
there. We're going to come back for a scrummage, it looks like, to the
Yeah.
UNI Panthers.
Knocked out.
Panthers have another opportunity here. Great attacking position for a scrum. And you saw that first scrummage, how powerful it was.
Oh yeah, massive scrum from the Panthers. We were here probably about 10 minutes ago, and they absolutely dominated in the scrum. So probably not the end of the world, although the Panthers clearly would have wanted that try. I think they've got a big opportunity to strike. It all starts with power from the front row, and then a big scrum coming up.
Ball coming in here from UNI. UNI on the move. Coming across to Randall. Randall moves it out into the centers. Penalty here against UNI this time. Ball was held in. Good work there by Towson to turn that one over.
Oh, that's a big turnover and a big moment. You see what the Panthers were trying to do. The Tigers were wise to it this time. They put men around the ball, they got themselves on it, and they give themselves a chance to clear. Although in these conditions, a very, very difficult kick from the middle of the field.
Yeah, from the middle of the field. Doesn't get too much distance. It will be a Towson line out, however. Towson opportunity to keep moving the ball. We're all tied up at 5. 16 and a half minutes into this first half of this D2 semifinal. Winner of this game will play the winner of the next game, IUP versus Norwich. Two other teams that have been here before down in this National Collegiate Rugby semifinal action. Ball up to the middle of the lineout, gets knocked down, winds up into the hands of Kelderman, but taken away by Towson. Bit of a mess in there. We'll see which way the referee awards this one.
Yeah, very difficult day for lineouts. The ball is slippery. It's a tough one to do, but in a championship match, really, really important. You've got to get those skills nailed, particularly when you've won the penalty deep in your own half, and then you've got to nail that line out to then give yourself field position, the opportunity to attack. So Panthers, and now they've got an opportunity to strike once again.
See, just a bit of a limp there on Jake Stack. Might have taken a little bit of a knock here. As ball comes to David Randall. Randall, the back of this scrum, is going to do Gentry Stack. Little wraparound play. They have a dummy runner coming in. They've gone wide. Fowler has it. He gets the ball into the hands of Hibbert. Hands it off. They fight their way just outside the 22, but that ball has squirted out. Where is it going to wind up? It winds up in the hands of Giancarlo Reyes. Reyes has the ball. They get it to King. King gets it inside the 22, and Parson is going to push this one downfield. Ball to the 40-meter line of the Panthers. Panthers on the return here, coming back through Hibbert inside their own half. Off to the left, there's Stack. Stack shows, holds the ball a little bit, and gets it away into the hands of Ospig. But Ospig taking it a touch, so it's going to be a line out with a throw for the Tigers just inside their own half.
Yeah, Panthers number 15, Ian Hibbert. Awesome skills under a lot of pressure in these wet conditions to get down, shows his dexterity, picks the ball up, launches the attack. You're going to be a little bit disappointed. You should never be running out in rugby. You've got to fight to stay in because you're just giving the ball back. But some nice glimpses from the attack there from the Panthers, but the Tigers' defense stays strong.
Ball up, it's a little miscued there. Referee's going to whistle that up. And the Panthers are going to take the scrum immediately. They just caught that weather, Craig.
Absolutely. Look at you've got to think about the decision making as well. They decided to go towards the back of the line out. In this weather, it's very difficult and it lands nearly in the nine's hands, you know. So what you've got to be thinking about in this weather, you've got to keep it short, you've got to keep it snappy, you've got to keep it just really quick. You don't want to be going to the back of a line out.
Ball coming in here from the Panthers. Panthers off the back. They have a runner coming in from the wing. They're going to go to the boot there, but it's going to get knocked down in the hands of Euler. Euler hits it ahead again. It's a foot race here between two pretty big inside centers. Euler's going to win it. Euler is at the 5-meter line looking for some teammates to come over and get the Panthers take that away. Referee's happy with it. They get the ball out in the hand of Parson. He gets it up to their fullback, and it is going to be try time for Joseph Kinder, the exercise science major from Raritan, New Jersey. He's a senior. Touches down a try.
I'll tell you what, Zachary Euler, number 12, talk about opportunity. First and foremost, he gets off the line, and then he blocks down the kick, and the skills what he's shown is not going to be lost on a soccer field. Absolutely brilliant play there. Just if you look back at the replay, he's got the charge down, and then he's got the wherewithal to knee it forward, then he kicks it forward, and he's fighting. He's a big, strong man. I do think the Panthers got a little bit unlucky here. It looks like this should have been a turnover. Hands are on the ball, but he let go. Referee says play on, and then it's just moving that ball into the space, particularly from a counter-attack. No organised defence. And then Kinder does the rest. But Euler, he's had two massive plays so far in this game. Big moment.
He's holding it down. You can see him directing traffic out there, too. He's a key part of this team. Moving the ball around, keeping his team going has been very, very good in that respect.
Absolutely. And he's kicking goal as well.
Calling him for everything. Big unit. Mr. Euler, 5'11", 210. Mount St. Joseph High School. As he pushes that one, it bounces off the post and in. So they take a 7-point lead as we take another look at it here.
Yeah, actually, he just keeps himself in the fight. And then it's just where for all. He's got the knee and then that another kick through. Just look at this angle, the end on angle. Beautiful work. And then just look how strong he stays. He's waiting for his support to come. Looks like that could have been a turnover, but the referee's right on spot. And then he's moving that ball into space. And then he finishes the try. But it looks like for me, that was really lucky.
Ball going back here, Towson. Towson on the move there. Mason Lim takes into contact. They're now up by 7 in this semifinal. Big pickup there from Devine from Rutland High School, from Rutland, Vermont. A big number 1, a good run there. Gets it to Giancarlo Reyes. Ball bounces. Did it slip forward? A referee Bastic says indeed it did. Well, a scrum for the UNI Panthers.
Oh, that's been a bit of an Achilles heel for the Tigers. Once they score, they cannot get back out of there. That's 2 occasions now from kickoff that they've let that opportunity to slip just to put the pressure back onto the Panthers. And it's going to be a scrum again, as we just see that number 6 here, Reyes, he looks like he's copped a bit of an injury. The teams give a chance to have a chat.
Yeah, teams need a chance, and a little bit of back and forth game here. Like I said, the Panthers, Craig, have been here several times. They're not strangers to these higher level, getting these semifinals. First time here for Towson, and they're really standing up pretty well, this Tigers team.
Oh yeah, they're looking good for sure. Both teams are they deserve to be in the semifinal. You can see the 2 styles of play. It's really a great contest right now. And what you're going to find It's going to be this who can exit. Both teams, once they've got field position, they have been coming away with points. That's been really important. So which team can play the right tactical game to be in the right area of the field, particularly with this weather? It's going to have a huge impact on the game. You can see the skill sets have been tested, not only from the defense, but purely from the slippery ball. So that's going to be big. Who can play in the right area of the pitch for as long as possible?
Panthers set to put this one in. This is David Randall from Waterloo, Iowa. Get to the stack. Stack's going to put it inside the 22. It's going to be well handled there. This man can be dangerous. We've seen it already as he gets through, takes a couple of runners with him. Was he held? Referees, that's fine. He's going to get to the ground here. It's going to be Cam King. Cam King going to put the ball into Sokin's hands. Sokin, we get to about the 40-meter line. We're going to come back here for a penalty against UNI, not releasing.
Just loose kicking so far, just giving easy possession back to the Tigers. And then Kinder, you can see he's a threat in attack. He's moving that ball around. So those big players are looking to carry just to really put the pressure on. Referee on the spot gives a penalty.
Downfield they go. They're about the 40-meter line right now. It is a great shot here. Good line out coming here for the Towson Tigers. See some of the fans in the stands here in Houston, Sabercat Stadium, enjoying themselves. Certainly National Collegiate Rugby's finals weekend. Great day all weekend. The next game for one of these two teams will be on Sunday when the Division III, Division II finals are. Tomorrow, Division I AA and Division I finals here in the stadium. It's all going to be brought to you on the Rugby Network by Next Level Rugby. Ball pops out. In the meantime, UNI Panthers opportunity here, down by 7. 7-0 on the season, have been very strong up against a tough customer set here in the Tigers. Tigers back on this one as it goes inside the 22. Hangs up in the rain. Well taken by Cam King. King comes across field, gets the boot to it from the center of the field. Is it knocked forward? There it is not. It's taken back and taking it forward now. Is he in Hibbert? Hibbert picks up his own ball, tackled in the middle of the field. They have options either way here. Do the Panthers. They're going to come to the right. Blake Braca lining up for this one. Braca looks just a bit isolated there. They're going to have to clean that up. Randall has to go in if they don't have a distributor. Hibbert is going to step into that role. Get it up in the hands of Dylan Johnson. Johnson's going to lose it forward. So we have a scrum advantage here for Towson. George Siarkis has a hold of it. Siarkis. Ball comes back off to the left-hand side into the hands of Aiden Parson. He puts it downfield. A lot of kicks not going to the ground right now. Good work by both teams being in the right place to take these. A stack puts the ball on there to Bowler. Bowler takes it across the 22. Player from Towson stuck in there, but he's rolling away. Referee says that is all good. It's going to come to Randall. Randall's going to get up into the hands of Biashita. Little kick over the top again there from Randall. He's looking for that space. Will it find it? Nope, too far. Over the end goal, the dead ball line they go. But interesting thought there.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing from David Randall. He's turning the Tigers defense around, and what you'll notice, they only have a fullback. Both wingers defended in the front line, so there's a lot of space, and he's starting to test them by turning it around. Even though that ball went dead, it's not a shocking decision because they've got a dominant scrum, and when you have a dominant scrum, you don't mind if you do have the ball or you don't, because you can apply pressure. And as we've seen from the Tigers so far, they are struggling to get out of their own half. So this is now, even though they didn't get the score right then, it's the accumulation of pressure which really starts to build.
Towson, ball again. Cam King, ball in hand. You can see it there, try line behind them. They got just powered over by UNI in a scrum earlier, and they're going to go for that again. You see big Tyler Kelderman trying to make that happen. Ball is stuck. It looks like it may come back to UNI. Referee's going to whistle this one up. I think he's going to set it down again.
Absolutely, that's what we're talking about. The Panthers, they do not mind having scrums with or without the ball. They have shown their dominance so far. You can see with that front row, they're driving straight, they're putting pressure on. And even if the Tigers do get the ball, it's under pressure. Therefore, it might be a forced kick or a forced skill set error. But this is really, really important. Big moments in this game.
Cam King put this one in again for the Towson Tigers. Big drive from UNI. They're going to work on getting that ball out of there just a little quicker, and they do not. Going to come to a penalty here for the Panthers. Randall gets the ball in hand quickly. Looks like they will go for a set penalty play. As he said, they have the power here. They could get a card eventually, but they want to run. So they're going to get to Swinnell. And Sidwell is going to turn the corner and score under the post. No problem there for Elliot Sidwell out of Charles City.
Can you put this radio in a different
Just sense that was coming. Again, it goes back to those box kicks, just turning around. Even though it went dead, it wasn't a big issue because it allows them to play to their strengths, the Panthers. Strong scrum, forced the penalty, tap and go, and then Elliott said, well, he got over there. He didn't have too much to do, but just look at that little bit of footwork, the drive, he knew exactly what he was doing. The simplest rugby. So that try came with one pass. There was one pass in that whole play, and that was from the penalty to their number 8, Simwell. So that's just really economical rugby. They've got probably going to get the extra conversion as well. 7 points with one pass. You can score in many different ways, John.
Absolutely good work there. Easy over the line they go with Sidwell. Charles City High School, studying criminal justice at the University of Northern Iowa. That is good. So we're all tied up here again, just under 30 minutes gone, and what is turning into a very tense semifinal.
Absolutely. Just as we look back there, he tucks that ball in that left arm. He's got the step and then the power through. Euler's trying to hang on. There was no stopping him there. He sensed where he was going to go, did the work, he got over for a really good, effective try there from the Panthers.
Columbus Catholic High School in Waterloo, Iowa.
Towson to get us started. UNI, ball in hand. UNI, big break immediately right there. That's a little lapse in defense. Just somebody sleeping, and there goes Gentry Stack. Gentry Stack had a runner, decides to keep it himself, doesn't give that one off to Randall. Gets caught up by a couple of Towson defenders. Trying to drag him into touch. Can't quite get him there. Ball is still alive. Randall now has some runners. Has Dylan Johnson. We saw Dylan Johnson take a few tacklers with him earlier. And he gets through a little bit of work there. We've looked at both sides. Towson trying to disrupt. Kelderman loves to run the ball. Nice little pass from the big man. Get to the try scorer, Sidwell.
8 out.
Looking for more runners. They get the ball out into the hands of Nicholas Marker. Marker gets it to Stack. Jake Stack.
Good here. Nothing to
Fowler in over that. They're going to need to get rid of this quickly. Randall does so. Find some runners. Gets it to Elston. Lindner. Randall again goes to that little boot, looking for the space back there. He thinks he's got some speed. There's a foot race on it. There's a line. There is a try. Excellent work. They went there once. They've gone there twice. That should be a try for Nicholas Marker.
That's the beauty of that box kick. He is being consistent with it. That was an absolutely beautiful executed try from the initial line break and then all the way down to this. Look how that depth touch, and the kick is only as good as its chase, and there he is, number 13. Mark, he gets there. He had not a lot of room to play with. Look at this angle we're going to see here from Next Level Rugby. It's just a beautiful bit of work. There's the line. He keeps his composure. 2 hands on the ball. No question that is a superb try.
The thing for me is that, he's done that. That's his 3rd time attempting this right here, and it finally works. So one from a little bit further out, but same idea. So they're trying the same thing 3 times in a row and not really reacting to it. Is the defense there for Towson? So 3rd time's a charm. It goes in. Good work, Randall.
Now it's interesting from Randall. So now he's been doing it. What that starts to do, that gets in the head of the Tigers defense. So they now start to drop back initially. That's when you're allowed to run now because the defense isn't having the line speed that they once had. So it's a great tactic. If it keeps working, keep doing it. But if they put numbers back there, there's going to be holes elsewhere. Really great. Just look back on this here. It's just a beautiful kick. He kicks it right on the end. So he knows that ball's going to continue forward. And then Marcus there. Just absolutely great skill set, particularly in this weather. Hard work to get to the ball, then the composure. What a beautiful shot that is.
Like I said, there's nobody back there marking for Towson after a couple of times doing that. It's going to be up to Cam King to make sure that doesn't happen again. Towson will get ready to kick us off. We have 17-12, 31 minutes gone in this first half. National Collegiate Rugby semifinal, Division II. Ball goes down inside the 22. Panthers. Ball coming out here for the Panthers. They hang one high in the air. Pressure on there, but well taken by Kinder. Joseph Kinder has been excellent. He goes to the boot this time. Did he put too much on it? Yes, he did. We're going to come back. It's going to be a line out for the UNI Panthers just outside of their own 40-meter line.
Yeah, you can see what Kinder was trying to do. Great take in the end and a bit of pressure there. But what he did, you can see how elusive he is as a runner, but just as he wanted to kick that ball in behind, he just goes into touch. Just as we look back here, a little bit of a bobble, but that right foot step and he's away. You could see what he was trying to do. He just got his body in the wrong position. That needed to come off from the outside of his right foot. But unfortunately for him, it went into touch.
Ball in the hand of the Panthers. They have a little group out here. It is Jake Stack, takes it in, puts the ball away to one of his teammates. Quick tackle. They're going to keep coming this way as Randall. Randall to Gentry Stack. Gentry Stack puts some speed onto this ball. Gets it into the hands of Hibbert. Hibbert accelerates across the 50-meter line. Towson a bit bunched up on defense here. There could be some room out wide, but they stay tight and knock that one on. So we ball back into Towson's hands. That's Giancarlo Reyes. Reyes gets the ball to the ground. Towson now in the attack. How will they answer here? Down 5, 33 minutes going on in the first half. They're going to look to the boot themselves. Parsons going to find some space in the back. The foot races on, taken down by Cooper Isaacson. Cooper Isaacson down. Player right in and over there. That's Euler. Been so good, but can't dig that one away. In the inside center for Towson, so they're looking back. Big pick and go. That's Kelderman. Kelderman has soft hands. We've seen him a couple of times at this tournament in a hard running tight head prop. Stack, Jake Stack right in there, the sophomore. Ball down. One of the Towson Tigers got the worst of that one in Siarkas. He's been had a couple of injuries so far. He's up and played to this point. So he goes, but that tackle didn't look good for Siarkas. So we come across into the hands of Parson. Parson gets caught up, but gets his hands free. Good work, Euler. Once again, good work. Kinder. He's not huge, but he just gets those feet going, so he really drives some people back defensively. So good work by Kinder there as the pods start to work for this Towson team. Towson looking to get their flow back together. 34 minutes going in this first half. They would love some more points before the break. Still anybody's game, of course. Pick at the back there. That is Maximo Caratini. Mason Lim. King. Middle of the field they come. Euler takes his run, slows, tries to find a gap, can't quite get through. Is he going to get turned over here? He will not. Referee in the right spot there. Cam King coming for the ball. Left-hand side they come, get the ball to Caratini again. Caratini just takes it in, doesn't look for the offload. Player nearly offsides there from UNI, but thought the better of it eventually. Garrett Devine, however, is going to knock that one on. And just under 35 minutes go on, just over 5 minutes to play in the half. It's going to be a scrum here for the UNI Panthers.
These rucks right now are an absolute battle, and defenses, Jackalers aren't getting too much reward right now, so it's going to be interesting at halftime. Maybe they just don't go for the Jackal, it's more of a counter ruck, just to put pressure on defensively to really try and disrupt that ball, and that's what the Panthers did there. They stayed strong in their defense, bearing in mind that the Tigers had one player down. You can see 13, he's been struggling all day, so that's an attacking number down. But the Panthers defense stayed strong, they're putting pressure on the ruck, they're probably going to get more turnovers from counter ruck than they are from the Jackal today.
Panthers. Runner coming around, little obvious, but they're going to get the ball to him nonetheless. Jake Stack's going to move that ball wide into the hands of Hibbert. Hibbert
No, he's fine. You pull.
makes a bit of ground, ball in and over. Referee says play it, and happily they do. On they come, go the Panthers. Little spin move there from the try scorer Sinwell. Randall finds some runners. Little show from another try scorer, Nicholas Marker. Touchdown, that beautiful little kick from Randall. And speaking of which, Randall goes right over the top, trying to find some space. Ball bouncing as dusk starts to come down here in Houston. Big tackle on Oxfig. Penalty against the Panthers this time. Player not releasing. Good work there from Towson. Euler has ball in hand.
Just as we got a player down there. It was a good work at the ruck. They put a lot of pressure on. They're really trying to go from that ball, but it was another nice kick there from Randall, just putting that ball in. Sometimes, though, when you're disconnected from your team, just as we look back on this replay, you can see maximum pressure on at every single ruck, and there's Randall with the kick. Look at that. It was contestable. Beautiful kick. He just lands it on the grass. And as we know with rugby ball, it can go absolutely everywhere. It's a good tackle from Kinder. He read that well. You can see he's got his hands on the ball. He's first there. He's staying in the fight. That's a great position. He's got a really wide leg base. Stays in the fight. Earns himself a penalty.
Player up being attended to here. It looks like the medical team taking a player off for a potential head injury that might be Kinder, which would be a big loss. Getting ready to go again as we're just a few minutes left in this first half of action. Euler's standing there. They've got the penalty. He's got ball in hand.
It's a tough one for them because the lineouts have not been working, but they have looked strong with the ball in hand. But it's all about getting that territory. They're going to go for the lineout. That's a huge kick.
That is a big kick downfield, so it's going to be a line out here for Towson late in the half, down 5.
Yeah, these are big moments. They've just got to keep this line out simple. They've just maybe got to go to the front. They've got to play with tempo. That doesn't allow the defensive line out to get set. Anything beyond the middle towards the back is going to be very difficult in these positions. It'll be interesting to see how Tigers play this one.
5-player line out. They're going to work towards the front. They've learned their lesson from that win, but it comes up into the hands of the Panthers. Panthers cross the 50-meter line. A nice run from Braca. Blake Braca gets him just about to the 40-meter line of the Towson Tigers. Big break here from Sinwell. Sinwell gets across the 22. They want a last say in this half to the Panthers. Ball comes back clean. Quickly they get there through Isaacson. Cooper Isaacson, the hooker, shows the ball, goes through a couple, gains some good ground. Ball back for Randall. Randall again looking for that space back there. But patrolled by Kinder. It was not him that went out with the injury. Could have been Siarkas, and we've been talking about earlier. Trying to get that number for you as the ball winds up in the hands of the Panthers outside of the 22 of this Towson team. Nice little break there coming from Oskvig. Oskvig taken to the ground, and instead of putting that one in a touch, Towson has put themselves in a bit of a defensive pressure again. So the ball comes in from the Panthers. We have a high tackle advantage here. Players trying to come in and dig that one out. Little show from Randall. Randall looks at the line. Randall gets to the line, and it looks like it is going to be David Randall touching down for 5 points late in the half for the UNI Panthers.
Really clear tactics here from Randall. He is box kicking all day long, and he's putting maximum pressure on. And even though Kinder was back there to stop it, the kick wasn't long enough. And then they've got that field position we were talking about earlier. And then this time, probably the defense are thinking about that box kick, so you can see how upright they are. That's what I mentioned earlier. Then you become a running threat because you've not got as much pressure on. So Randall has played that beautifully. You can see that the defensive numbers around the ruck were really standing tall, and that allowed them to pick them off with that running game, just change the points of attack, and Randall's given a tactical masterclass so far in this first half.
(22-12), 10 points up, just under a minute on the game clock here. Could have some referees time. This is to extend the lead. Referees say it's good, so we're at 24-12. Time winding down in this half. Things looking strong here for the Panthers after a pretty even start.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Panthers are running away with it. Just look how he's that dummy. He looks like that passing threat. He knows that the defense are upright, and then that step to finish. He still had a lot of work to do here, and then gets over the try line. But what's interesting, Panthers are going to have the wind to their back in the second half, so expect even more kicking, John.
You heard it there from the contact coach, helping the coaches with their halftime talk as the ball hangs up in the air for the Panthers again. 12 seconds ago, the game clock could have a little time. Hibbert can't get through there. Braden Simmons takes him down. Replacement player for this Towson Tigers team. Randall gets it to Isaacson. Isaacson, little pass back in. Ball up into the hands of Johnson, Dylan Johnson. Flying tackle for Mason Lim there, just slows him down a little bit. He's gained some ground most of the times he's had the ball. Randall's going to go off to this left-hand side. They're at the 50-meter line. Will they find more points before the whistle blows? They will not. Randall is going to get that one into touch as quickly as he can. It is halftime, and we're going to get Tyler Deutsch talking to one of the coaches
Tyler.
Northern Iowa leading. Towson.
I'm here with Towson head coach. Now, obviously, you guys came into this match seen as a little bit of the underdogs. It's kind of your first postseason big run. What did you see in the first half there that you liked? You're obviously competing well. Scored a little unlucky in the last bit of the first half. What did you see?
Well, I think UNI's obviously a fantastic team, and I think our subs are going to do some damage here. We've always been a second half team, and that's by strategy. So I think we're going to persevere, and I think it's going to be close second half.
Awesome. And, you know, obviously a lot of cool action. What are you going to tell your people going into the second half when you get into the huddle?
Yeah, I'm going to say stick to the game plan, right? I mean, I think, again, UNI's a good team, but I'm not super impressed in what they've done. I think it's been a lot of our miscues and a lot of our mistakes that have given them the advantage in the first half.
Coach, we appreciate the insight. Good luck in the second half. A lot more action to come here in this semifinal D2 match against UNI and Towson. That's right. We'll be back after the short break.
It's time to hit.
It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America.
It's rugby time, America.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Rugby is a sport where teamwork truly makes the difference. In alignment with the values of rugby, Globant and Major League Rugby join forces in a powerful innovation scrum that aims to elevate the sport using the latest technologies. We are already co-creating digital solutions to impact the game, the fans, and the global community in a sustainable way. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
It's time.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas. It is a lead here for UNI. John Broker here with Greg Wilson, the contact coach. We're going to take a look at some highlights from this first half. Very evenly matched at first here between Towson and UNI, but good work here. Look at that beautiful try coming down. You talked about it, Craig, right there from Nicholas Marker. Good kicks coming in here. It is a good lead for University of Northern Iowa. 24-12 here. Just about ready to go. Referee Bastic, good to go.
Absolutely. Now they have the wind from the Panthers' point of view. I'm going to seriously think about they're going to be kicking a lot here, John.
You would think they would kick a lot here. We'll see what the message are. These boys do like to run, I'll tell you that much. So we'll see how it goes as we continue on here. A little pick coming from the Towson Tigers. Penalty quickly against UNI. So good start here for Towson. Now Towson here, well, you seem to have a thought brewing there, Craig, but I want to talk about Towson's strategy for this half, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think they've got to keep the ball in hand a little bit more. They've got to ask questions of the Panthers. The set piece isn't particularly going well right now for the Tigers. That's one thing they really need to get together, and they've got a big opportunity here. They just need to get their line out, and they need to get their scrum solid, particularly in these conditions. There's going to be a lot of set piece. If they can get that right, that gives them an opportunity to build on their attacking shape.
You heard it there from the contact coach. National Collegiate Rugby Semifinals Division II. After this, going to be Indiana University of Pennsylvania, the Hawks, taking on the Cadets of Norwich University from Vermont. As Towson does indeed keep the ball in hand. They get the ball into one of the reserves there quickly. Towson to Simmons, but ball went forward according to referee Bastic. So we're going to go back for a scrum at midfield to the Panthers.
Well, they got the set piece right, and then it was just that skill execution just slightly overrunning that pass, and therefore it was a knock-on. But good signs there from the Tigers because it was a good line-out. They gave themselves a good opportunity to attack. Now they've just got to make sure they start putting that together.
Scrum right at midfield here to get us going. UNI Panthers, National Collegiate Rugby, the next level of rugby brought to you all weekend. Rugby Network penalty at the scrum here has been a Achilles heel for this Towson team. A very strong UNI Panther scrum. The little dummy to himself there from Randall. What can't he do? That pass doesn't go to hand, but it flips out of the hands of the Panthers. So we're going to go back here for a knock-on, and he just used his little fancy play at the wrong time there. Not going to make the highlights.
You could just see in these first 2 minutes how much these weather conditions are causing a bit of havoc for both teams. It's a difficult day out there. You can see that the rain is really starting to come down now. It's just very difficult out there for these two teams to get a foothold into the game. But the scrum, they had the line out sorted from the Tigers' point of view on the first time. Let's see if they've got the scrum sorted.
Big pressure coming in here from the UNI Panthers again, but Towson did get that sorted. They put a large wing. Braden Simmons coming through there. Plays in a reserve forward number. They're bringing him from the weak side. Has a nice break from Parson. Parson finds his way down to the 40-meter line. Teammates are there in sync to get them going again. Ball to King. King gets it to Hunter Lim. Hunter Lim upended. Trying to disrupt are the Panthers. Parson holds, goes to the line, looking for the space himself and finds it. He's got some runners. It goes wide, but the ball bounces. Ryan Campbell has some work to do. Gets to the 22, down to the ground. Player in and over. Looked like he came on his feet, but he got away to Lindner, so he should be fine. Or Biacic, excuse me. Cam King gonna let his forwards do a bit of work. Stephen O'Donovan in the game at number 16. Obliges, takes it a couple of meters. Now King looking for some runners. Dummy there from Parson. Parson shows again and finds a hole in his own. There goes Parson. He's at the line. Can he get there? Reaches. He's up. He's over. Good work. Looked like he had a couple of runners with him. It faked out Mike Me as well. Over the try line he goes.
Great work from Aidan Parsons. He had 3 very influential plays, all starting from that initial line break from his own half. Massive work, great tactician, and then the skill execution as well. What I really liked about that, just though he really sold those dummy lines, so it was good shape. That just sits the defense down. Euler with a great inside line. That creates the hole, and he still had some work to do. Just look there with Euler. He's running that line. He's running that big hard line. Did he affect play? No. And then Parsons is through. Look how he's got that ball in 2 hands. So he's a dummy. He's a passing threat. And when he gets over the line, momentum there. Aiden Parsons has showed up in this second half. Big, big play from that young man.
He's a junior accounting major from Baltimore. Went to Loyola Blakefield. Playing in the rain here in Houston. Not typically the weather the people think they're going to see when they get down there.
Yeah, you can just see from the Tigers what they can do when they have ball in hand. It was a strong scrum. It was a good line out. They start to get their basics done well, and that allows men like Aiden Parsons to pull the strings.
That one is good for the Towson Tigers. Towson Tigers on the comeback here as we take another look.
Yeah, just look at the line from Euler as well. That just happened just before this clip. But I love how he's got the ball in 2 hands. That faked out the defensive 15, and then he knew exactly what he was going to do. It was a nice left step, reaches out, uses his momentum. Wonderful try from Parsons.
Ball to come from the Panthers. Underway again we go. Towson. Ball rolls down to their own 5-meter line. They've got a bit of distance. Good work by the Panthers trying to dig that one away. Referee Bastic says that's okay. Going to keep playing. King running from inside their 22. Just across they go. In and over. Players trying to disrupt. Good work by the UNI Panthers and well-drawn penalty.
Great work there from Johnson. Wonderful technique. Oh, they go fast.
Panthers on the move. That one slips in behind. Pressure coming on. Players diving for the ball. Was it a tackle without the ball? Very well could have been. Ryan Campbell gets whistled. He thought the player was just about to grab the ball, so he's just a bit early there. Nothing malicious, but it is a penalty nonetheless.
Once again from the Tigers, it was a failure to exit from once they scored a try. That's put that initial pressure on. That's happened on 4 occasions in this game. They've scored points, they've got themselves back in the game, and they've given up field position very, very early. This time it was through a penalty, well actually 2 penalties, a holding on penalty and then taking a man off the ball. That just puts unnecessary pressure on the Tigers defense.
Cooper Isaacson gets that one in. Inside the 22 they go. Randall releases Stack. Stack gets it to the try-scorer marker, but it goes behind. Euler makes the hit.
He lost it, getting tackled.
Ball was knocked on in the contact, according to referee Bastic, so we're going to have a scrum here for the Towson Tigers, so danger averted for the moment.
Yeah, we've got to talk up number 12, Zachary Euler for the Tigers. His presence on this field, not only kicking goals or strong running lines, defensively you can see he's a big presence of a man. He gets himself involved in nearly every single play. He's highly effective, and he got a turnover for his team there. A lot of it was through that initial line speed to put the pressure on, gets the turnover, and it allows his forward pack to do the rest.
Towson Tigers, pressure again from UNI. They'll have talked about this at halftime. Hold that one well. Ball gets flat there. Euler shows to one. Euler comes around. Ball spills forward into the hands of Jake Stack. Stack has to go back on this one. Stack not held. They have a scrum advantage. We'll see how long this will go on for. A couple of phases. It's generally done. David Randall. Step inside there from Sinwell.
Away now, Black.
David Randall again. Randall looking for it right there. Can't quite find it. Kelderman barrels through a couple.
Advantage is over.
Player rolling away, and is going to go back to a Randall kick. Spotted by the defense this time. Some players back there to cover. That one's not going to make it. Good idea, but it does put pressure again on the Towson Tigers.
I have to apologize to Zach Euler. I gave him the classic case of a commentator's curse there. Just they was trying to run out the slippery ball, but once again, Randall, he is sticking to what he knows best. He's putting the pressure on, as we've seen before. Although it wasn't the initial result that he wanted, it's given the Panthers an opportunity to put maximum pressure on at the scrum, something the Tigers have been a little bit suspect so far this half. Well, this whole game, in fact. So, did it work out that time? Let's see if this accumulation pays off for the Panthers.
9 minutes into the second half. Still a lead here for UNI. Just 5 points in it.
No, I came straight out. straight up the tunnel, and then do your thing.
Big pressure coming on at scrum time there. The ball just trickles out of the tunnel just as it looked like the Panthers were about to launch their own attack. Big moments in this game.
Change coming here as the younger Stack Jake is going to leave the field. Reserve coming in for the Panthers. Panthers coached by Jesus Ramirez and Russell Randall. Big push again from the Panthers. This may pay off as the game goes on. They get another penalty right now at the 22. See what they decide to do with this one. Randall from the back. He's going to go quick. Waste no time. Looks to Stack. There's his little move. He's done it twice. Is this one going to wind up in a try? Ball comes out into the hands of Biacic. Dylan Johnson slips in the back there. He was looking to power through a couple of runners. That wasn't going to happen. Again, right to the ground they go. They've got runners out wide here. They get it out into the hands of Marker. Marker steps around a couple. Marker sees the line. Marker is eventually taken down. They're taking it right off the top there. They're at the pick and go game inside 2 meters. Players from Towson trying to rip that one away. Have to score these decisively. Don't want to be held up. That one, no problem at all. Touch it down, they do. Perfectly happy is Blake Braca. Blake Braca touches it down, 5 more points to UNI, and they answer.
Yeah, it was the accumulation what eventually paid off. They backed their defensive scrum once again, got the turnover, and then the forwards, they just went to work there. Some really nice little tactics. You can see they weren't always trying to leg drive through the tackle. They were instantly going down to create a quick ruck, creates an offside, and then that allows the opportunity then for this pick and go play. You can see there's maximum fight at the ruck, but that also leaves a gap and just that low body position, that leg drive, and then there's 2 players v1. There's the turnover. Just watch here how it's really organized. You can see number 6, he's ready. Linda, he's ready to go. He's waiting for that pickup. You're allowed 1 player to latch on. That's exactly what it does. 2 bodies versus 1. And there's the try. Just really simple work there from the Panthers. Highly effective.
Here comes Jeremiah. And knee.
Kick to come here from the Panthers. That one is good according to the assistant referees as they continue to move their lead here in the National Collegiate Rugby Division II semifinal.
Yeah, just like the low body positions, particularly in this weather, because you're going to get a bit of energy from that slippery surface as well. It was just great technique, though, 2v1, and those boys are happy. They've worked hard, and they got the 5 points, well, 7 points that they so truly wanted.
Ball here for Towson. They put it long, 29-19. Big break and run from the UNI Panthers. Good work from Marker. Trying to put some pressure on it are the Tigers. Randall gets out away, gets it to Kelderman. Kelderman shows, hangs onto the ball, keeps going forward. Randall, wider. Player coming up, Euler into that passing lane, shuts off the outside pass. They have to take it in a little more inside than they would probably like to do the UNI Panthers. Good work. Ball back up into the hands of the forwards. Using these pods wisely are the UNI Panthers. Randall shows. Randall finds some space. Randall goes for a kick. He's got some speedsters coming onto it. Was somebody blocked there? Kinder has it. Kinder has not had much ball in this second half, and this time he is well marshaled by the defense. Is that ball alive? Referee whistles for it. Could have been a knock on there. Didn't seem like a loud whistle.
Really enjoying what David Randall, number 9's all about. He's shown that he's a kicking threat, but that running threat too. Just look how he shows and goes, and then he's through. Then he's got the presence of mind to put the ball in behind. Once again, Kinder's there, but he's under maximum pressure. Said it in the first half, a kick is only good as its chase. There is his outback partner, number 10. Stack putting the pressure on, and then it was forced, slight knock on. Referee was right on there, but good pressure there from the Panthers.
14 minutes gone in this second half. Ball comes straight out the tunnel there, so we're going to put this one in again.
There's a lot of pressure coming on there from the Panthers scrum. They're really starting to smell blood in this Tigers scrum. They're really taking it to them, And even if they get the ball, it's messy ball right now, and that makes it very difficult to set a platform to exit, particularly in these wet, windy conditions.
So the Panthers players ready to go there. They're on defense, but they are deep inside the Towson zone. Cam King, ball in hand. Cam King, bit of trouble here as the pressure comes through. Yet another scrum penalty against the Towson Tigers. And eventually a card has to come from this.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if there's going to be a conversation with the referee just regarding that's 4 or 5 scrum penalties now. But it looks like they're going to kick for goal potentially. It looks like they're going to just take the sting out of this game, go for the 3 points. Nice work there from Randall.
They did point for goals. Take another look at the scrum.
Yeah, you can see nice strong position there from the front row, the purple front row. Just get the power on, put in the pressure on. You can see instantly that the Tigers are on the back foot. And then that power just comes through. Referee's got no choice, award the penalty.
That is just a powerful, powerful scrum. What a weapon. Particularly on a day like today, this kind of rain in the stadium makes it a bit difficult. Footing underneath tough.
The set piece is just fundamental to the game, the scrum and the line out. Both the Panthers have got the ascendancy there.
Slots it right down the middle there, so we go to 32-19. Score extended here, 55 minutes in it, 25 minutes to go. Bit of work to do for the University of Towson Tigers.
Absolutely. It did say they're a second half team. It looks like they plan to be really dynamic in that second half. We heard from the head coach at halftime. So this is the time they've got to start bringing in. You're coming into about 20, 25, 24 minutes left in this game. They're really going to have to get the next score if they want to start putting pressure on the UNI Panthers.
Never mind.
Dusk setting in here in Houston. As you see, Euler, one of the great players here for this Towson University Tigers team, been so effective today. Can he lead this team a little further? Ball up from Towson. UNI spills that one forward. The coach killer, as they call that sometimes, score a wonderful try, knock on the kick. Coach's frustration ensues.
That's the first time for the Panthers that haven't managed to exit efficiently from once they've scored a try, but it gives the Towson Tigers an awesome opportunity to attack. And although their scrum hasn't been going too great so far, they just need to get the ball in and out. Think like a 7 scrum. They do not want to contest. Let's get the ball into Aiden Parsons' hands. There he is, and see what he can do.
You see the rain starting to lash down here. SaberCat Stadium. Ball to the back, big drive again, another one. Very loud blast of the whistle here from the referee.
Big moment there, and you can hear the crowd. They love that one. The big men for the Panthers are going to work. They are putting on a scrummaging clinic right now.
Ball in touch. So we take a look at the rain just coming sideways here in Houston. Everything should come to Texas. Everything's going to be beautiful and sunny and warm. Sometimes Mother Nature does not agree. Beautiful town of Houston. The people are a bit bundled up and dealing with this rain. Next game will prove to be just about the same between IUP and the University of Pennsylvania. We're taking on Norwich University in the other semifinal. If things stay this way, somebody will be playing UNI, but Towson, the Tigers, would love to have something to say about that. Good run here, nice break up the middle. What a run, what a break there from Tim Slade. Slade takes it through. Randall looking for a runner against Gentry Stack. Gentry Stack just buries it right in. Can these players turn them over? They cannot. Chick has it right there. Ball back to Hibbert. Hibbert goes in that distributor role. Randall back there again, knows his players are going to pick and go. Looking for some space. Randall, intelligent at the base of the ruck. Sends a player in, now he's ready to move it. Takes it with a little run back in. It's Marker, they connected with a kick before, they connect with a little pass back in. You should see the excitement on the contact coach's face out of that one. What a deft little move from the history of rugby, and we are going to see that again, I'm sure. Wonderful try, Marker, a wonderful setup, Randall, and UNI extends their lead.
What I loved about that, it was the play just before. goes down, but just as we look at that backwards pass there from Randall, they had this one completely set up, but before that strike move there, it was a quick dynamic ruck. The ball carrier actually went to ground early. Oh, just look at that shot right there. Number 5, he falls straight for it and he's through. They have drawn that up to perfection and executed it. But yeah, just in the build up to that, they went down in the ruck quickly so they can secure quick ruck. And that's what allowed them to get that strike. So the strike was amazing, but there was a clear setup play there as he adds the extra 2 points. I love that one.
That kick is good. To people of a certain age, this would be called a Gregan.
Absolutely.
From the front shot here, you see, watch all the defenders. They all look off to this right-hand side. Every defender's going to look away.
Absolutely. And then Randall, he's been that running threat, so they follow him now, and then just that depth to pass out the back. Marker knew exactly what he was doing. He bust through that hole. He's still got the last defender to beat. That is one of the best tries you're going to see all year long. Excellent work, well set up.
UNI showing a little flair here while they continue to roll on in this semifinal. Things are looking good for the Panthers at the moment. Towson down at 37-19. Haven't put points on in the recent memory. Would need to change that pretty quickly is Randall. And his bag of tricks. He's going to go pretty straightforward this time. Put Braca into a big run. Randall goes to the boot. He's got the rain. He's got the wind. Certainly got the points on the board as it rolls in a touch, and that's a great move.
Now that is one of the great exit plays. This is never going to make a highlight reel, but this is what wins you games. It was 2 clear carries. They secured the ball. They knew what they were doing, and then that allowed Randall to put an excellent box kick in. Really great work. He finds his target. It finds the grass, bounces into touch. It puts maximum pressure on. That is such a good kick. But the 2 setup plays to exit there was class. This is a real clinic right now for the Panthers.
Ball up over the top, in the hands of Towson. Towson. Into contact they go. Opportunity to play here at their own 40-meter line. Ball down to Parson. Parson finds a runner. But Simmons into the line. Ball bounces out. Quick thinking there. Quick reaction from the Panthers. Puts this Towson team under pressure. Parson is going to go to the boot. Push this one downfield right into the hands of a waiting Panther. Tackle in, but Hibbert able to get that one to the ground. Ball squirts out again. One thing with the Panthers, they've had a little bit of security issues at the contact. Ball comes to Sinwell. Sinwell scored a try in the first. Put some good mazy runs there, just seems to find some space. Kelderman from Norwalk High School in Norwalk, Iowa, phys ed teacher. Ball goes out a little wider for the Panthers this time as they break to the line. Panthers through Randall. Randall gets it up to Braca. Randall, is there space out here? A little chip forward there. It doesn't get over the top. Winds up back in the hands of Stephen O'Donovan. O'Donovan takes the ground. And the men from Maryland continue to march downfield. Looking for some elusive points in this half. Looking for a bit of a comeback. Sokin. Henry Sokin takes that one in. Had a new addition to the field. Runs that one in as they come a little wider. Euler, good work under pressure to get that ball away. Ball held by Kinder. Kinder had a runner on the outside. Gets it to him now. That's Cole Meyer. Cole Meyer gets the ball away. Towson on the move. Can they make something happen out of this? Ball comes in. Euler trying to dig that one out. The penalty players coming in, flying off their feet from the UNI side. And Euler slows this one down.
Yeah, that was good identification of space there from the Tigers. They've seen that they've got 2 players in the backfield. So if they move it wide, there's going to be holes there.
Towson, player on the wrong side there. Just starting to roll away. They're going to go for a pick and go anyway. Jeremiah Adani. Another pick and go. It's a number 8. He's had a good game so far as Caratini. Carries just outside the 5-meter line. They go across through King. Ball bounces for Parson. Gets it back to Euler. Bounces on the ground. Referee's going to come back. Was it a knock on? King doesn't think so. Running back for a scrum to the UNI Panthers.
Yeah, a couple of frustrated players there from the Tigers. You can see Euler, he's slightly disappointed, but that was much better. They will move that ball into space despite the weather conditions, because the Panthers do have 2 players back. They're running a 13-2 defense, so there's going to be space somewhere. They're expecting that kick, just as we look back on this play here. Yeah, it's just those tough conditions. It's really tough out there. Just as you're looking to launch that attack, the ball just goes to the deck, and that allows the Panthers to set their scrum up. And probably one of those really clean exits they've been good at all game, as we just see the rain lashing across screen
Rain's
there.
coming sideways here. Ball in from Randall. Steady scrum from this powerful set of forwards from the UNI Panthers. Around goes Stack. Stack looks one way, looks another, hangs out on himself. Very good runner of the ball. Into contact they go. Randall. Randall holds, finds a runner, gets a little space, gets it to Marker. They've connected a couple times. Marker not held. Referee says he can get up and go. Ball coming inside. It's spilled forward at the end. Kinder takes that one in, met by a couple defenders from this Panthers team. Panthers trying to blow this ball off defensively. And it gets knocked on inside that contact. So it's going to be a scrum here for UNI. It's about 15 minutes left in this contest.
Oh, number 15, Tigers, Joseph Kinder. He is putting his body on the line just as he's getting up there. He's not the biggest of guys, but he's got an absolutely huge heart. When that ball has went in the backfield, he's been pretty good there on the whole. And he's just putting his body on the line. He's mopped that up in these weather conditions, running into an oncoming defense. And he manages to really just give it his all. But unfortunately, there was a knock-on in there. And this is exactly what the UNI Panthers would have drawn up. A scrum about 30 meters out. Wonderful attacking platform.
Ball comes off the back. Sinwell gets it to Randall. Randall gets the Stack. The 8-9-10 combination has been very good for this team. Ball spilled off of that pass. Back for a scrum to the Towson Tigers.
Yeah, just getting a little bit lateral there, running across the field, very easy for the defense, just to stay on the inside shoulder and push him out, just crying out for someone to run a line against the grain there. It came a little bit too late, but it was good defensive pressure from Towson. They operated the drift defense really well. You stay on the attacker's inside shoulder, force them towards the sideline. That was nice defensive work there.
See the Panthers players in the sideline there, weather not bothering them. The higher your score, the happier you seem to be. Nothing will bother you. Semifinals here, National Collegiate Rugby's championship weekend. Had the Division III semifinals earlier today, Division II semifinals, a couple of bowl games tomorrow with the D1AA, D1 finals. And then the winners of the Division II and III semis today are going to play on Sunday again. Great rugby all on the Rugby Network, brought to you by Next Level Rugby, National Collegiate Rugby, of course, offering these opportunities to these great student athletes.
For the Panthers, Jacob Moeller, sophomore out of Valley High School, West Des Moines, Iowa.
Reserve player comes in there for the Panthers. Jacob Moeller steps in the field. West Des Moines, Iowa.
And after a strong debut, Tyler Kellerman comes off.
Referee Bastic just held us up there for a second, almost ready to get underway. 12 and a half minutes to go on the stadium clock. Ball tapped off the top there from Caratini. Parson has to take that one. That little pass doesn't quite go to hand. Had a neat little trouble taking that. Can just dive on it. Parsons going to cover the kick now. They spot some space in behind. Well fielded there by Hibbert. Hibbert hands that ball down. Was that knocked on? Referee says indeed it was.
Yeah, initially great work from Hibbert. We saw he was able to do that in the second half, just how low he can get when that ball is bouncing around, a bit slippery. So it was a great initial take. And then, but we mentioned it earlier, the chase has got to be on when you kick. The Tigers' chase was there. They forced that knock on, and they've given themselves a little opportunity here to get that scrum in and out and get it into Parsons' hands so they can launch their attack.
Ball in and away from the Tigers. Time working against them. Just over 10 minutes to go. Nice entry to the line there from Cole Meyer. Cole Meyer, the grad student from Bel Air, Maryland. Move to the outside. Looking for some room are the Towson Tigers. Not going to find it here. Pick and go from Giancarlo Reyes. Silver Spring native. Had a knee, one of the Baltimore natives in this team. Breaks coming, just a little pick and goes. Cam King's gonna come out to Parson. They've got runners across the field. Gonna go for that little boot. Didn't quite go where he wanted to go, I would believe. And it winds up in Randall's hands. Randall taken down. Referee doesn't seem to be signaling for an advantage one way or the other. So it's play on here for UNI. Outside space. Will it open up there? There goes Sinwell. Sinwell on a run. Can he get through these last couple defenders? He puts the offload away. Will it be a triple threat from this man right here? It will not. Nicholas Marker has 2 tries. Not going to get another.
Yeah, once again, Kinder with great defense there. But Simwell, he had a great game at number 8. He's been working hard all day. Big, strong runner. Just look how he bounces off and then he's through. But look how he's scanning. He's looking to keep that ball alive. And that's exactly what he did. That was brilliant play there from Simwell. And Marker was there. But number 15, Kinder, as I said earlier, he's putting his body on the line. He stopped a certain try there. Great work from number 15.
In the driving rain, Caratini can't quite come down with that one, but a big whistle from the referee, so it's going to be a penalty against UNI.
Yeah, it looks like he took the arm there. He wasn't going for the ball, so that's a penalty. All day long, you've got to make sure that you're going for the ball. You cannot touch your opposition, your opposite number when you're there. And then Euler, he's got his hands on the ball. He's going to try and make something happen. Big kick there from him.
Ball downfield from Euler across halfway. This will be a Towson lineout. Down 22 points with just over 8 minutes on the clock. Work to do here for Towson if they want any show of this. Not completely out of reach, but very difficult to get there right now.
Yeah, it's got to be a score from this play. They've really got to start putting pressure on. Good start. Oh, just as I say that, not straight. Tough day for the hookers out there to get that ball straight.
Yeah, and this wind be a bit different in a few weeks. They're going to change that law.
Just as we look back on this play there. Yeah, it looks like it's a bit of a tough call there, just particularly in these conditions. He hasn't been blowing that up all day. But look at the Panthers are now got a scrum, and you can sense that they are not going to be in a hurry at all for this one. With about 7 minutes left on the clock, you can imagine it's going to be maximum pressure at scrum time. Try and milk that penalty. If not, get it into number 10's hands, and see what he can do.
Every second off the clock works in the favor of the Panthers right now. David Randall. Off to the right-hand side. His bag of tricks is not complete as of yet. He takes that one to the ground. Dylan Johnson. Malaka has had some big runs today. Stack looking for runners in the midfield. He's going to hold this one and drive it in across the 40-meter line they go. Randall. Reserve Alexander Millard comes in for that one. Out of Crystal Lake, Illinois. Senior communications major at the University of Northern Iowa. Randall. Waiting, looking for some runners. Has Earlbeck. Haven't called his name too much. Been doing a bit of the hard work in there, just clearing off the ball. And again, ball squirts out. So penalty against the Panthers for trying to play that on the ground. And that ball security going into the finals could be a bit of a danger area for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You caught that earlier there, John. Like, you've got to be really clean with your ruck. Initially, it was excellent play. They were just making yards. They were putting pressure on. But you've got to secure your own ball. It's so, so important. So when they look back at the analysis of this, that's probably going to be an area from a Panthers point of view where we're going to want to sharpen up.
Towson off the penalty. 5-player line out is what they've been going for. Ball up, Caratini gets knocked down but comes back towards the Towson Tigers team. So Caratini cleans it up, takes it in again himself. Caratini, Bel Air, Maryland native. That one slips out of hand. We're going to go all the way back.
Yeah, you just see what Parsons was trying to do there. He was just trying to push that ball to Euler on a wider angle just to try and find an outside edge. But in these conditions, that is a tough thing to do. But they have to chase the game now. Look, with 5 minutes left, it's a tall order. But these guys from the Tigers, they're going to be working hard. They're going to be trying to give themselves maximum opportunity, give themselves big momentum going in to these next 5 minutes, but also into the future.
Towson under pressure again at the scrum. Caratini needs to dig that out. Penalty, however, again to UNI. Not something they were able to deal with in this half, the Towson Tigers.
Yeah, it's just been the story of the game, let alone this second half. Just scrum dominance from the Panthers. And it's just so important in these big matches, semi-finals and finals and playoffs. The set piece is the foundation of everything you do in rugby. And so far, the Panthers have been absolutely excellent in that area. Good, strong scrum dominance, solid line out, particularly in these conditions. That is the rugby in a nutshell, just getting those two areas nice and clean.
UNI gets a penalty, moves the ball downfield. They're inside the Towson half. They are cruising towards a trip to the championship game. IUP versus Norwich up next. The winner most likely will play UNI. UNI continues to run through Tim Slade. Tim Slade from Cresco, Iowa to Crestwood High School. They go across the 40-meter line to the Panthers. Randall still at it. Randall taking his time at this point. Sinwell.
Let your player clear.
That ball just squirts forward a little bit there in the breakdown. Big run coming from Stack. Randall. Up to a waiting forward. Happy to just burn time off the clock. We're under 3 minutes on the game clock. Randall goes across. Players don't bite quite this time. Sinwell takes it forward. Sinwell takes it to the ground. Millar over that one to clean it out. Randall. Once again, runners coming here. A little kick attempt through. Gets blocked and comes back. Is this going to turn into something here for Hibbert? Hibbert winding his way through the Tigers defense. Euler in and trying to get over that to turn it over, but cannot find it. Randall.
Reward you for not touching the ball?
Baraka. They're headed towards the 5-meter line. UNI looking for more points before this is done. Certainly taking the time off the clock that they need. Ball across from Stack. Stack in the middle of the field. Sinwell.
Let's use it.
Randall.
Sorry about that.
Stack. Send some runners in. They are not done, this UNI Panthers team. Randall. Ball was at the back there. Stack holding on to himself, looking for another one.
That's fine. You picked it up.
Stack. Was he held? Referee says no. He's at the line. They're diving in. They're diving over. Player is on the ground. That is David Randall. Is that number 2 for David? Will they have to check this? Good work there by both players around. Penalty against the UNI Panthers. Towson ball.
Yeah, just got a little bit excited just before the try line as we look back, but very mature rugby there from the Panthers. They were just keeping that ball. It looks like there was a few movements there. It's just very mature, as I'm saying, just to kill the clock. They're working hard. There's a lot of forwards play there. Number 10, Gentry Stack. He's like a back row how he plays the game. He carries the ball a lot here. Just as you see, he releases the ball, looks to go for the try.
I keep
Deemed a double movement.
I keep thinking to myself, save yourself for Sunday.
Yeah.
To Gentry Stack. You know, he's just not done. He's a competitor.
Oh,
and he's bashing into some big bodies there.
Absolutely.
Got another 80 minutes to go.
Oh, he plays hard. He's like an extra back rower out there. Fair play to the young man. He likes to play. He play aggressively.
Towson, not a clean ball again. Cam King gets it away to Parson. They've had a good game, the two of them. Good connection. Should be very proud of this Towson team. Big run coming from Kinder. Speaking of players who have a good game, he hasn't had much ball in the second half, but he's across halfway right now.
No, you're good.
Towson into the contact. Cam King finds Parson. Parson puts a little pass in. They're on the wing. Ball's in the hands of Ryan Campbell. Gets it back into Euler, speaking of people who have had a wonderful game for this Towson Tigers team. Little pick and go as we're just rolling into full time here on our clock. We're in referees time in this first semifinals. University of Northern Iowa, the Panthers, are going to take this one away. Towson looking to have the last say and get on the board. The men from Maryland have gotten this far. Good work to them as they get the ball to Cole Meyer. Cole Meyer takes it in, nearly turned over. UNI trying to get the final say and shut this one down, keep them at 19 points. It'll be well deserved if Henry Sokin and the boys can get in. Sokin just took that one. Mason Lim at the back takes it off. Giancarlo Reyes, his back row partner. Digging, looking for it. Hunter Lim gets it back to Cam King. Parson has a runner coming, and that's Euler. Euler's across the 22. Euler gets by another one. He's got players on him, but he accelerates. And a great try there from Zachary Euler. We've seen him run a couple of good lines today. That one, the best yet.
Yeah, so well deserved for that young man, Zachary Euler. That was a great line. He was leading his team all day long, and they got their reward. Great character from this Towson Tigers team. And again, he made the line break, but he still had a lot of work to do. That right foot step, and then the power to keep going, and then the finish. I think he knew where the cameras were. Just look at that right step, and then he sees that try line. He also sees the cameraman, and my word, what a finish. But well deserved. Massive character from these Tigers boys, and well-deserved try there to finish off the game.
Good work for Euler. Yeah, that's be the final say of the game here. It's going to be a win for the UNI Panthers, but not without good effort. Euler going to try to convert his own here. Would go 41-26 if he does, and he hits it. Referee Bastic whistles us the end of that one, and moving on to the the finals against the winner of Indiana University of Pennsylvania and Norwich University is going to be the University of Northern Iowa Panthers. That is the first D2 semifinal here on the Rugby Network National Collegiate Rugby Championship Weekend, brought to you by Next Level Rugby. We're going to step aside, come back with the second semifinal on the hour. We'll see you then.